From the last order sheet,
Yes.
it transpires that the petitioner had argued on 3 points. The first was that under Rule 4C, the standing committee was not competent to recommend termination. Second was the entire service record has not been taken into consideration. And third, that certain allegations labeled against her were taken into consideration. So I will reply all these things.
Yes.
Now, Lordship, 4C, 16.4C, what does it prescribes?
क्या बोलता है?
4C 9. To pass orders of suspension, initiation of departmental proceedings against member of the higher judicial service and subordinate judicial service and consequential orders in the said proceeding other than that of dismissal from service. The word which has been used, that other than dismissal, the standing committee has the power. Now the dismissal and termination,
Other than dismissal.
other than dismissal. Dismissal and termination are two different phenomena. In termination, the person is not barred from getting a job in some other department or in the same department. However, while dismissing an employee, he loses everything. Now, this has been explained in a recent judgment of the Honorable Supreme Court that is reported in 2020, volume 18 SCC, page 71. Various judgment, all earlier judgments has been taken into consideration. It is Mahanadi Coalfield Limited versus Rabindranath Chaube. Various judgments of the
3 judges bench judgment.
Yeah?
3 judges judgment.
3 judges. Has taken into consideration, even the constitutional bench judgment has been taken into consideration in this. And after considering all these, they came to the
2021 का 8
18
18
20 का 18
20 का 18 2020 का 18
71
2020 का
2020 का 18वां वॉल्यूम
नहीं है, अंदर हो गई. यस. बताइए.
Now they, after considering all the judgment, what was the conclusion? That there is a basic difference between dismissal and termination. So, I am reading para 34.
Yes.
The expression used in section 4.1, termination does not include dismissal. The Constitution Bench considered the difference between the termination and dismissal in M. Ramnath Pillai versus State of Kerala, wherein the following observations were made as to the distinction between the terms dismissal and termination, considering the provisions of Article 311 of the Constitution. When Article 300 is का 18 पैरा 34 है? हाँ, नहीं मैं और भी पढ़ूंगा ना पैराग्राफ, आप पूरे निकाल दीजिए.
20 पेज का है ना, बहुत बड़ा.
हाँ,
मंगाना पड़ेगा.
वो असल पूरे पुराने सारे जजमेंट कंसीडर किए हैं.
यस.
इसलिए बहुत बड़ा है.
हाँ, महानदी वाला ना.
हाँ,
मंगाना.
उन्होंने
ग्रेजुएटी रूल्स को इन्होंने इंटरप्रिटेशन किया.
हाँ,
एचएचसीएल का.
हाँ,
मतलब महानदी कोलफील्ड का.
When Article 311 states that no person shall be dismissed, removed or reduced in rank until he has been given a reasonable opportunity of showing cause against the action proposed to be taken in regard to him, it affords a protection and security to the government servant. Article 311 applies to all government servants holding permanent, temporary or officiating post. The protection afforded by Article 311 is however limited to imposition of 3 major penalties. These are dismissal, removal or reduction in rank. The word dismissed, removed and reduced in rank are technical words Both in the case of removal or dismissal, there is a stigma. It also involves loss of benefit. There may also be an element of personal blameworthiness of the government servant. Reduction in rank is also a punishment. The expression rank in Article 311(2) has reference to a person's classification, not to his particular place in the same cadre in the hierarchy of the service to which he belongs. Merely sending back a servant to his substantive post has been held not to be a reduction in rank as a punishment, since he had no legal right to continue in officiating post. The striking of a name from a panel has been held to affect future rights of promotion and to reduction in rank. Para 34.2. Similarly, in P. Balkonthaiya versus Union of India, the provisions of Article 311 came up for consideration. The distinction between dismissal and termination was discussed. It is then contended that procedure prescribed by the security rule for hearing of the charges does not satisfy the requirement of Article 311 and that they are in consequence void. But Article 311 has application only when there is an order of dismissal or removal, and the question is whether an order terminating the services of the employee under Rule 3 can be said to be an order dismissing or removing them. Now, this court has held in series of decisions that it is not every termination of service or employee that falls within the operation of Article 311, and that it is only when the order is by way of punishment that it is one of the dismissal or removal under article. The question as to what would amount to punishment for the purpose of Article 311 was fully considered in Purushottam Lal Dhingra's case.
Mr. Bharat, tell me one thing. As per the point number 3 made by this court, that certain allegations have been considered against her.
I will answer to that.
No, yes, please. Now, if you have considered it, when
No.
then whether you have considered it or not.
No.
And if it has been considered in a hypothetical decision,
If it is considered, then certainly it would fall under 311.
yes.
If it is considered.
Then it will not be a
Simpliciter, it would not be a simpliciter dismissal.
Yes, it will be a termination or removal.
But the first requirement is whether those uncontroverted allegations was considered or not.
Even uncontroverted ho na ho, sir. Any allegations, if you are putting any allegation.
It was considered or not?
Yes.
If not considered, then
no question. The vital issue is consideration for recording such finding.
Yes.
Is a must.
Yes.
So can you tell us the point number 3 first, so that we can understand the situation?
Okay. Pages. कागज लगाएं. Lordship,
Yes.
kindly come to 395 से रिप्लाई है. हाँ, kindly come to page 408.
Paper book.
जी.
Yes.
This is the extract of the minutes of 24 January. Item number 6. Consideration on confirmation of temporary civil judges class 2 and issuance of certificate in terms of sub-rule 5 of rule 11 of the Chhattisgarh Lower Judicial Service, recruitment and condition of service rule 2006 in the event of non-availability of permanent post. Resolution. Deferred for the next sitting. Registrar General is directed to keep ready the entire service record of these officers, especially after the extension was granted. So, all these 9 officers, they had not completed the probation. Matter was placed before the committee and it was deferred to the next hearing. Now, the next meeting was convened on 31st January. It is in the next page, 409.
Yes.
Consideration on confirmation of temporary civil judge class 2 and issuance of certificate in terms of sub-rule 5 of rule 11 of the Chhattisgarh Lower Judicial Service, recruitment and condition of service rule 2006 in the event of non-availability of permanent post. Resolved to issue certificate of confirmation in terms of sub-rule 5 of rule 11 of Chhattisgarh Lower Judicial Service, recruitment condition of service rule 2006 to the following probationary civil judge class 2. 9 persons were given the certificate under Rule 5. Now, Para 2. The standing committee considered the overall performance and the entire service record of Kumari Akansha Bhardwaj. On perusal of the record, it is found that she is not fit for confirmation in service. Therefore, it is resolved to recommend
So
termination.
what record you consider?
Her service record?
Where is the record? Show us. Whether the records are good enough to record such finding.
वो डॉक्यूमेंट इन्होंने भी फाइल किया. मैं
No,
रिकॉर्ड
please,
ओरिजिनल
no.
रिकॉर्ड बुलवाया मैंने.
हाँ, yes. Please tell from your the records.
बस उसी का निकालो, आकांक्षा का निकालो. Service record.
Mr. Bharat, please tell me what are the material considered by the committee?
ये इन्होंने रिजॉइंडर में कुछ डॉक्यूमेंट्स फाइल किए.
No. What your committee has considered?
वो आरटीआई में लेके इन्होंने
No,
फाइल.
we will not go on the RTI.
हाँ.
We want what was the material with you to record such finding.
दी मटेरियल मैं रिकॉर्डिंग देख के बताता हूँ.
बताइए.
मटेरियल क्या है कि इनके जो इमीडिएट ऑफिसर्स थे उन्होंने जो भी इनके बारे में लिखा है वो ही है कि शी वॉज नॉट इन ए पोजिशन टू कंडक्ट द केसेस, टू गिव ए जजमेंट एंड ऑल्सो टू मेक सम इफेक्ट.
No, we want the what was the material committee considered by the standing committee.
स्टैंडिंग कमेटी के पास सर्विस रिकॉर्ड आया है. उस सर्विस रिकॉर्ड में जो रिपोर्टिंग ऑफिसर ने जो भी कमेंट्स लिखे थे उसको कंसीडर किया. इनका ये भी कहना है कि 16-17 का मुझे 15-16 का मुझे कम्युनिकेट नहीं किया. 15-16 तो कंसीडर ही नहीं किया गया.
Why? That's why we want to know.
जो कंसीडर किया गया वो 14-15 कंसीडर किया.
That's why
He
we
was
want to
having
know.
D.
See, standing committee has recorded some finding.
हाँ.
तो भाई ऐसा तो नहीं है कि कोई कमेटी ने रिकॉर्ड को देखा और फिर या किसी ने ऐसे बना के दे दिया, कमेटी ने देख लिया.
नहीं, रिकॉर्ड देख के.
वी वांट टू नो व्हाट वाज द मटेरियल प्लेस बिफोर द कमेटी इन द पेपर बुक. सी
नहीं, पेपर बुक में तो नहीं.
नो इन द स्टैंडिंग कमिटीज पेपर बुक.
हाँ.
Whether the entire
उसी को
material was placed before the standing committee.
इनका सर्विस रिकॉर्ड गया, उसमें जो रिपोर्टिंग ऑफिसर्स के कमेंट्स हैं उसको कंसीडर किया उन्होंने.
No, that's why we want to know what was the matter placed before the standing committee. ऐसा तो नहीं कि आधा रिकॉर्ड पेश किया, आधा नहीं किया.
नहीं, पूरा गया था.
No, that's why we want to satisfy ourselves.
ठीक.
Then page number 400.
Wait, madam. We want to see the original record from the High Court only.
रिकॉर्ड देखना है ना, हम लोगों ने फाइल किया.
क्या हुआ भाई आंसर मिला रिकॉर्ड?
है, वो तो मिल गया। वो एक चार्ट भी देते हैं
हाँ, हाँ।
कमेटी को, वो चार्ट नहीं आया है तो वो लेने के लिए है।
हाँ व्हाट इज द रिकॉर्ड विथ यू? व्हाट इज द रिकॉर्ड?
ये तो इनका पूरा
दिखाइए,
PCR
शो में।
वही मैं फ्लैग लगा देता हूँ। ये मैंने साइड में रेड फ्लैग लगा दिए हैं।
यस।
इसका एक अलग से चार्ट भी बनाते हैं, बता दें।
हाँ
वो लेंगे।
यस व्हाट वाज दी?
साइड में जो रेड फ्लैग है।
हाँ हम्म So what are the parameters you have recorded such performance?
तीनों फ्लैग देख लीजिए,
हाँ,
वो तीनों में ही जो है इनके जो वर्क है उसके बारे में
no, but the first flag, it has been said that she is improving.
ये उसके जस्ट पीछे पे कमेंट्स भी हैं, फिर सेकंड में भी वही पोजीशन है, थर्ड में भी
क्या?
वही पोजीशन है.
As per her work, chart showing, dispose of very less number of disposal.
नहीं, फर्स्ट फ्लैग के पीछे एक पेज और है, सेकंड फ्लैग के पीछे एक पेज है.
हाँ,
मैंने फर्स्ट पेज में लगा दिया है.
यस, ये
उसके पीछे का भी पेज है.
हाँ. So wherein the officers knew, therefore her such type of qualities has not been come up for her management quality mentioned in the point or average. She is improving it gradually. The officer is accessibly and responsive as required to be needs of the bar and staff. The officer's communication, the officer's skill and capacity regarding evaluation and recording performance of subordinates is in impartial and objective manner is average. So whether average is a ground?
नहीं, उसके बाद वो तीनों देख लीजिए, उसके बाद फिर क्लियर हो पाएगा.
ये-
She had not improved herself.
This is for 13-14.
हाँ,
All right.
फिर
Now-
14-15 का दूसरा फ्लैग है.
हाँ. So whether you have set out some parameters for for not performing the, what was the basic formula you will consider the candidate for performance if he has secured such marks? Whether any some mechanism has been developed by the High Court?
पता करना पड़ेगा.
Yes. भाई ऐसा तो मेरे को मन में आया कि इसका परफॉर्मेंस एवरेज है.
नहीं, वो तीनों पढ़ लीजिए.
यस यस.
वो जो सेकंड वाला है वो थोड़ा सा मतलब और डिग्रेड हो गया इनका.
भाई वही तो हम कह रहे हैं
हाँ.
कि आपने अगर कंपैरेटिवली एनालिसिस कर रहे हैं भाई आप उसपे तो